All right, listen, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. And okay, I did this a couple of weeks ago, maybe even last week. And a lot of you guys seem to really enjoy when I do some of these EDC survival man cave prep deals. And I'm always finding them and I might as well share them with you continually. Let's jump back into them. So the first one that we got here, Borelli. Borelli seems to be blowing out Kershaw knives. I talked about this before. The Kershaw Federalist is on a very great sale right now. 70% off, normally $194.95. I don't know who was buying it at that price, but $59. This is a nail nick knife that I actually own and love. I really do enjoy CPM 154. The HRC, when the testing that I've seen on YouTube, I don't know how to test HRC. I could just watch YouTube videos about it. It's between 61 and 63. That's knife hardness levels. I love the finish of this. I like the way it looks overall. The type of knife that you can carry, it's like one of those knives that you can carry like a gentleman style carry, and you kind of feel confident with it being in your pocket. And it's a USA made Kershaw, which every single one is not USA made. It does have some fantastic micarta scales. It's like a canvas micarta. It's like a green color. This picture's not really doing it justice. You can do stuff like this, nice slicey type of blade. $59. Kershaw seems to be replacing a bunch of their knives, or Borelli seems to be replacing a lot of the knives on their website with horrible decision making. Remington, listen, when a boomstick company rebrands knives under their label, it doesn't normally produce that great of results. And it seems like their entire site is being taken over by Remington. So anything left for Kershaw is on a great sale. They have other Kershaws. You can go check them out, but they're all like a lower grade of steel, and the pricing is about the same as Amazon. I haven't found $59 for the Federalist anywhere. Now, powering this workstation right now is the Echol River 2 Max. And this is a pretty good price. This is a portable power station, but I use it as an emergency power supply. It's there's uninterruptible power supplies, and then there's emergency power supplies. They're kind of the same thing. This one just has a faster response time, and this is a pretty good price. You're getting a pretty decent size. This is one of their smallest when it comes to their River series portable power stations, and that's not horrible. However, you can get the one that powers my coffee mess, which is the bigger brother. This is putting out 768 watt hours. It goes to a max output of like 900. When you turn on an item, it can boost up to 900, and basically 800 watt output. This is these are using the LFP batteries, which have 10 years of usage, which is a little bit different than the normal lithium ion batteries. $469, so the same price as its little brother. The reason I like these things is that if you lose power, which I do sometimes out here in my man cave, running too much on the circuit, within 30 milliseconds, this thing notices is no longer receiving powers, and anything plugged into it, it keeps it running. CPAP machines, anything like that can't lose power, especially overnight. I like that. This is a great price, $469. But if you even want to get a better deal, you can even check it out here on Amazon for a limited time deal on Amazon. They're running this thing at $429, 50% claimed. You might want to hurry up and grab this. I'm going to get this video up as quick as I can for you. This is a banger price. I like keeping this thing. If you have portable stations, RVs, or it can't run an RV, but it can run the stuff inside, certain items inside. This is something that's great for 800 watts of power. And it's kind of the way that we're going. Nice emergency power supply that you can keep with you as well. The Gerber Gear Armbar Slim Drive. Now, the Slim Drive I enjoy. I particularly like the one, the regular drive that has scissors. But this is decent. If you want to have a EDC knife in your pocket that has a knife, it has a full-size bit driver. You can use it for whittling. You can use it for easy tasks. Normally $40. It's on sale for $27.39. It's not a horrible price. It also has a bottle cap lifter. You can hang it from your keys. It's a little big for hanging from your keys, but it does get the job done. I don't like recommending too much Gerber stuff nowadays, but these two items, it's brother here. This is the one I particularly like to carry more. This is the Gerber Gear Armbar Drive, not the slim, but the regular. This is an 8-in-1 tool. It does have the scissors, which I would prefer the scissors. It also has a knife, still has the bit driver. It's just not as long of a bit driver as its younger brother. So, you know, I don't know what task you're doing by hand where you need a super long one, but this is something to consider as well. Still has the bottle cap lifter. Normally $45, is on sale for $29.50. So small task, working on bikes, tightening stuff up around the house. You know, you might be able to use it for that type of stuff, but I'm kind of frowning on Gerber knives. Any knives that issued to civilians, not the military ones, but I'm kind of not a fan of those right now. But I am a fan of these. These are the very large power tool storage areas. This thing holds 8 drills. Mine only holds 4, and I had to DIY it. And it took almost like an entire day of, and I own all sorts of woodworking stuff. So imagine you own no woodworking stuff. You try to DIY this. $63. That's a fantastic price for all this storage. You got 1, 2, 3 rows of storage. You got storage on the side, areas in the back for your screwdrivers, and plenty of areas for you to hang your tools. Then there's a clickable coupon that brings another $10 down. Listen, don't try to DIY this. Just buy it, put it together, throw it on the wall, keep living your life. Now, I just got done talking about my bug out kit. This is literally the headlamp that I made. When I made my buddy's bug out kit, I bought him an Energizer headlamp, 500 lumens. I think the working lumen mode is like 50 lumens, but runs on 3 AAA batteries. Keep this in your vehicle if you need to change a tire. Put it in your bug out kit. Put it in your get home kit. Put it in your blackout kit. Put it in your kitchen. Your lights go out. Slap this on. You can work your way to your circuit box. Work hands free. All sorts of reasons. $14.50, normally $18.31. 20% savings. Not big, but hey, it's 20% savings. We're coming here. Hazard 4 rarely does sales. Now, their bags are a little quirky. They make a lot of bags for photographers, for hard use, and, you know, for tactical bros as well. But a lot of, like, if you see photographers and videographers that are going to places where their gear cannot fail, Patagonia, Antarctica, the Colombia, Brazil, places where the strap can't fail, stuff like that. This is what this type of stuff is for. This has a movable admin divider. This is really good for those that are carrying stuff that their gear cannot fail, such as cameras, whatever. You don't want the shoulder strap breaking. Normally $249. This is 48% off. I checked their website. It's still $200 on their website. $129.60. Let's call it $130. Lots of different storage options. You see this guy here is a photographer. I don't know if he's taking pictures of a storage unit, but there you go. He's ready. He's ready at the storage unit. He's not going to lose any of his gear with his little sling bag. Now, the SOG Power Access. I like the Power Pint. I have the same complaint about the Power Pint as the Power Access is if you try to DIY these, it's just so complicated. So it just has like these steel rods in them that makes it hard to take apart and put together, and springs. Listen, these are not my favorite to DIY. So if I buy a SOG multi-tool, I buy it exactly how I want it. And if you don't like the Power Pint because it doesn't really tickle your fancy, then you might want to look at the Power Access. This thing's coming in at $62.50, normally $69.95. That is a savings of 11%. And my favorite thing about this is it does include thumb studs on the main opening mechanisms of the knife and the little saw here. So I don't know about the serrated blade. I'm not sure if that has, I don't know if the serrated blade has a thumb stud. I think it does. If we look at this picture, you see that Phillips right there. That leads me to believe on the other side. Oh no, the serrated blade does it right here in my face. So yeah, so the main opening items all have a little thumb stud, which should make it easy to open while this thing is closed and ready to rock and roll. You can also buy their adapter set and make it usable, because of course you can put a driver at the very end on this side here into these Power Access and Power Pints. You can actually drive bits with those, so you can have a whole little set there if you want to get those as well. So 21 tools all together. It's a pretty good deal. Only 10% claim. Snatch that up. Kaiser is blowing out all sorts of stuff on their website. I'm not sure why. There are some things that I kind of frowned upon, but now the pricing seems to have adjusted. I feel a little bit better about it. So the Kaiser, I guess they call it the Sharp. I don't know how to pronounce that. But this one here is the colorful blade, G10 colorful handle. This has S35VN blade steel. But according to testing, the hardness rating for this Kaiser knife is between 58 and 61. So you know, S35VN, people tend to really like that, but when people tested this, the hardness wasn't really there. For how I use knives, I kind of like the hardness, but if less than $100, if you like the way this looks, you can almost forgive that hardness rating, because you're going to be getting the blade steel, you're going to be getting the coating, you're going to get this big thumb stud. It doesn't have a flipper, so it's going to make it easier for you to get up on the knife to do some different cutting work. And I actually like the way this thing looks. If you want to just have a super unique talking piece in your pocket, here it is with the different colorful colors on here. And you can go ahead and grab this thing up. Now, even a lot of other things on their website is having a clearance sale. I just talked about that, Kaiser. But if you want to come here and just take a look in any of these here that are on type of sale that may interest you, like you might want to grab yourself the mini sheepdog. This is in the micarta. I don't know which blade steel for this one, but just come take a look. Anything that they have going on clearance. I don't know why they're clearing stuff out, but Kaiser is an OEM manufacturer. They make their own stuff, and then they make knives for other people, so you know they know what they're doing. If you need a Haji Rag, okay, listen, I just talked about this type of rag that would go with you if you are, you know, building a bug out kit. This is going to be really good for protecting you from wind, protecting you from light smoke. Doesn't completely block out smoke, and also protecting you from the sun. So you can put this in your bug out kit, normally $12.99. You can get this for $10.79. I bought this a couple of times before. I like the fact that you can grab this thing. I think it's in multiple, let me see, every different colors that price. So different colors are different pricing. See which one you might need, snatch it up, throw it in your kit. Why not? It's way bigger than a bandana. Now, I finally took the plunge and I got myself a Whetstone sharpening set, which is going to be great for the stropping. And I got it. This thing comes with a 400, 1000, 3000, 8000 grit whetstones. And I started watching these knives and really tried to learn how to use these things. And I'm feeling more confident to buy a better upgraded versions of this. But if you're trying to get into it like I was a few months ago, $25.47, normally $35.97. That's a good deal. Then you can get it, watch some YouTube videos, learn how to use it, and kind of just go from there. So just go ahead and check that out as well. You can also look at this here. You may decide that, I talked about this recently, where you can decide if you want to keep one of these in your vehicle. This is a wool blanket. Then you can throw this in your vehicle and you never know if you're going to have some type of emergency where you need to keep yourself warm, keep yourself safe. This thing is normally $39.99. I think I bought it at that price. You can get this thing for $34. That's a pretty good savings of 15%. Buy a couple. We're moving out of the winter months. This is the time to get these on sale and then put them in your vehicle for any time of emergency in the future. Here we have the Anchor portable charger. This is a battery bank. This is a great battery bank to buy and give to a kiddo so they can learn how to keep their stuff charged, but they also have the, you know, that way they always have something in their pocket to keep their stuff charged up. 10,000 milliamp hour battery, normally $17.99, not a big savings, but $16. This is literally something that you can buy so your battery bank will stop growing legs, give it to somebody else, and make sure they can keep their stuff charged up. So another thing I'll talk about, keeping in your actual bug out kit, your get home kits and stuff like that, or just generally for writing, and is a Write in the Rain spiral top notebooks. They're having a sale on certain items, the 3-pack items. I like to put these in bug out kits. And the fact that you can write in the rain, especially if you have a Write in the Rain pen, literally you can write in the rain, you can write on someone's back while they're walking, upside down, right, wrong side, all that type of stuff. Normally $17.07. You can get this for $14.60. That is a pretty good deal. It's a limited time deal, so snatch it up while you can. And then you're going to be saving about 15%. And I like to keep Write in the Rain stuff all over the place. I literally have a Field Note, which is one of their competitors, sitting right here. So I can keep this at the ready at all times. But Field Notes, Write in the Rain type of stuff, just keep the stuff at the ready. Now, a Lensatic Compass is something you could check out as well. There's button compass. There is base plate compass. This is going to be really good for shooting an azimuth. And if you want to learn how to start taking navigation more seriously, bringing something up to your chin, I don't see a chin relief on this one where you can actually bring this up to your chin. I like the loom on it, but this is still a really good, it does have a clear and thorough liquid inside. Okay, so I can like that. I like the fact this has some really good loom, and it has very good features where you can actually learn how to shoot an azimuth and take more accurate readings while you're using while you're doing map reading and while you're trying to navigate. This thing is normally $15.99. This thing is $10.87. It's going to be a savings of 32%. And if you buy multiple, you'll save even 5% or even more. I would recommend getting a couple just in case one breaks. And then watch out some YouTube videos. It comes with a little pouch with a little hole at the bottom, so if it gets water in there, the water can drip out the bottom. Now, I'm talking about EDC, but also think about EDC stuff when it comes to your trucks. I say trucks because we all got trucks in theory. I don't know. According to Bear, the Den of Tools, we all got trucks. So I'm going to go with that. DeWalt Mechanics tool set, 168 pieces. It doesn't have a lot of fluff in it. By fluff, I mean like filler. See all these Allen wrenches? Sometimes I would consider that fluff. So if it had like a ton of bits or something like that, I don't know if you need both sets of these Allen wrenches. They usually give you SAE and metric. I get it, but it's still pretty decent set. You're getting some wrenches. Looks like open wrenches. I can't tell if that's open on both sides. I mean, this is a pretty built out set. You can throw this, keep it in your truck. If you have to go someone's house, work on something, you know, you got the basics that you're going to need and be able to help somebody out, tighten a toilet, tighten a door, fix something that fell off a wall, whatever. $119, normally $154. Let's call it $155. You're saving 23%. I think that's a pretty good deal. Let's see, what is the 42 piece set at? The 42 piece set is 105. So, hey, listen, if you don't need as many, it seems like all these have a little bit of savings, but the 162 piece set seems to be a nice limited time deal where you kind of get the most bang for your buck. Now, the leather Catchall Valet. I buy these things and I keep these things all over the place. So I got one here. So I have one here that I literally use. This is what I use to keep my stick stuff that stays at my desk, which is like, okay, great. But I just think that it is good to have just different options for you to store stuff at your desk, your man cave tables. This is what I would call a man cave item. And this one's about 6.5 inches in total width, but usable space is 5.12 inches. And that's a square, so that's going to be the same around. And then it's about 2.17 inches in height. You can use this. They got jewelry and stuff. I have cigar stuff. One of them, before I upgraded my little catch-all solution, and I sell my own EDC trays. Before I started making my own EDC trays, I would keep whatever watch I was wearing, knife I was carrying, multi-tool. I would just dump it all in there. You can use this to dump like coins, whatever. Normally $8.99. You can get this for $4.49. That's not bad, and it's nice and you know, you can get yourself a little DIY and put your own name in the middle or something like that with a carving set, like a leather carving set. I think this is real leather. We're just going to say that it's real leather. And here is a Smith & Wesson Benji. I normally do not like when a gun company brands a OEM knife and puts their name on it. This is a Tanto style blade. I actually bought this thing. I bought it a long time ago before I understood that most gun companies don't make knives. What I use this for mostly is utility cuts. Utility cuts is when you put something flat on a surface, whether it's cardboard, maybe very, very thin drywall, styrofoam, and you need to make a cut with the tip of the blade while it's touching the surface. This is perfect for that. This Tanto style blade, it doesn't need to be super sharp all the time. It is very budget still, the 18CR 13 MOV. You're not going to be super impressed with this thing over the long haul, but at $14.39, like I keep here a little Gerber knife on my desk, and I specifically use this thing for different like utility cuts. If I want to use it for whatever, if I want to use this to open a package, if I want to use this for gunking it up, whatever. This knife can do the same thing. Let it live on your desk, let it live on your workbench, open packages, break down cardboard. And is that a bottle opener? I don't think I've ever used that. Is that what they wanted you to use it for? I guess that's a bottle cap lifter. It looks a little shallow. Yeah, they're showing you sharpening it because you're going to be doing a lot of that if you try to actually EDC this thing. But a lot of people have bought it. It has 1,100 ratings. Even the ratings themselves seem to be, there's not a real fish hook, meaning a bunch of 1 stars. So pretty 5-star ratings. I would snatch it up and give it a whirl. Now, Frog Tops men's, this is basically a rain jacket. We're moving into the season where it's about to start raining, and this is normally $49.99. The other 2 colors are still $49.99. $25.26. This, I particularly wear a large. I don't know if different sizes are different prices, but it's a clickable coupon to get you another $2.50 off. That's not a bad price. Buy this, throw this in the back of your vehicle, throw this in your loadout, your get home out setup or whatever. Now you always have a raincoat with you. It's not very big and it doesn't cost a ton of money. So you can check that out as well. Now, I've been down on buck lately. I kind of grew up knowing very few knives. I knew buck, I knew case, I knew mossy oak just because I always saw it at Walmart. And that was like it. I didn't know Benchmade existed. You know, I'm from East Cleveland, Ohio. If you didn't sell your knife at, you know, the grocery store I went to was called Finest. If it wasn't sold at the grocery store, if it wasn't sold at, you know, the hardware store where my grandfather took me, I didn't know your knife existed. So I knew about bucks because my granddad carried one. I have a couple bucks. One of my favorite bucks is the Buck 112 Pro, but I've been down on buck lately, and it just seems like buck has a lot of older designers who aren't really innovating. This is one knife that really drew my attention. This is the Buck 417 Budgie, the Budgie knife. It comes in two different colors. Normally $99, it's $87.99. This is S35VN G10 textures. It's a little frame lock, and according to the little testing I saw on YouTube, it does have a HRC between 60 plus 2, so between 60 and 62. That's not horrible. So they did a decent job, I guess, with the heat treatment. And I like that it's this little small frame lock. If you kind of want to use this as a beater, I mean, a beater S35VN, I don't know, that this actually kind of sounds interesting to me. They tout their heat treatment. I normally am very impressed by Buck's heat treatment, but I just wish they were innovative a little bit more. This one specifically is made in the USA. All Bucks are not made in the USA. So if you're looking for made in the USA, you're looking for the higher blade steel that has a decent HRC. I like G10 scales. I know some of you guys are really big into titanium. So this side is G10. The other side is stainless steel for the frame lock itself. I'm a big fan of that. I like the fact that it doesn't have a flipper. It has an aggressively big thumb hole. This looks very interesting. Is the green one on sale as well? Yeah, they're both on sale. So if you want to get the natural, I guess the jade or whatever this is, natural G10 is what it is. Okay, you can get this as well. Hardware is a little obnoxiously big here near the pivot, but I would check this out if this is something that you're interested in. And then finally, Nathan's knife kit. If you're trying to teach your kids, your sons, your daughters how to the makeup of a knife, the blade, the scales, etc., but also how to safely use a knife, this is a great little kit to have. It's a wood knife kit. It teaches knife safety and responsibility for your kiddos. It teaches them you didn't pull it out correctly, your finger's in the wrong spot. You can also shave this down. It's wood, so if you want to change the angle or whatever, you can do stuff like that. You can stain it, you can paint it, all sorts of fun to have with this thing. Normally $17. You can get this directly on CRKT's website for $12.99. So let me know, are there any deals that you guys know of that I am missing out on? I just wanted to bang out some deals for you because I know they exist. They're always there. If this is your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.